Welcome, folks. Welcome to another Let's Talk. I'm Black Templar, and today we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that happened at Warhammer Fest. Now, to get things out the way, I'm not going to be talking about the 40k or Age of Sigmar because Age of Sigmar, I've got no interest in it, and 40k, well, I've already made my view clear a while ago in my Let's Talk. So if you want to talk about, check that out. I'll make it in the playlist. But I made a clip about 40k that I'm not going to do any comment about it until I see the new rulebook. But that's what it is. Now, I did look at some of the new stuff at Warhammer Fest, and there were a couple of things that caught my eye. Mainly the old world game and Horus Heresy. Because, see, I'm thinking of pretty much retiring 40k for a while and going to Horus Heresy in the old world. Now, in the old world, we now know that the Bretonnians and the Khemri are making their big returns. And from Warhammer Fest, we saw a couple of new models. Now, this is obviously new commanders. We've got a Lich Priest and I think it's a Lich Priest. Let me have a look what it's called. And a Paladin. So we now know we got a Paladin and a new Tomb King leader. But it looks like one of those like priests. So we've got a couple of these guys, which is kind of cool actually, because I'm happy that they're bringing them with new plastic range. And here's the fun part. Now, I have found out that you can still use your old models. So basically, these models are a testament that you can still use your old models. So if you still got your old Bretonnians, your old Khemri, your old Orcs, you can still use them. Because, as you can see, they're going square-based. So they're going to use the old Warhammer system. Now, I'm hoping that they've took the time and look at this, because we now know that we're getting some of the old world forces are coming back. So I'm hoping we might see Chaos Dwarves make their return, because, they're now in the Warhammer free game. And I hope for some returns there. Now, if you're hoping to hear about Blood Bowl, I'm afraid there was no specialist games out there except for, I think, Hero Quest, but that was it. So, yeah. So if you were hoping for Blood Bowl, guys, I'm sorry, but Blood Bowl will not be making an appearance, I'm afraid. However, we're going to move on to what's the big news. Now, this is big news, but this is bigger. This is the Lancer Knight. Now, why am I talking about this guy? Well, you see, guys, as you may or may not know, in Horus Heresy, I use Knights. Now, the Lancer has been a Forge World exclusive. But now, this is the Lancer in a plastic kit. That's right. This Knight is going plastic. Now, what does this mean, you may ask? Well, this is them making a big signal. Now, for those who don't know what Forge World is GW's sister company that deals with big models such as Titans, certain armies, basically stuff that was not in the main GW line. But with this Knight now being plastic and going to be sold in stores, what does this mean for the other Knights? Well, I can pretty much guarantee, guys, we're going to see the other Knights, which is Castigator, I can't remember the other Knight, but it was Castigator, and many other, Strax, Strax and Rad. I think this is an indication that they're all going to be coming over to plastic. And if Strax and them do come over as plastic, that's good. Because, one, we could see multi-part kits. Because for this guy, you can easily have Castigator and another Knight use his kit. Then you would have Strax, Rad, and in another kit. Because as you can see here, guys, this is the plastic model with the Knight inside. So that's kind of cool. But this is indication that Forge World might only be for just Titans and big flyers. And that's it. Everything else is going to go to plastic. And that's the only thing they've done. I mean, the only one Knight I want to see, and there's one Knight I want, and that is the Apophel set. These are the giant, big-ass Knights who've got, ridiculously good guns. Because I wanted one of those as my centerpiece, but I'm not going to pay the price that they're asking for, which is basically, I think it was like 250 for the body alone, and the guns were something 50 to 60 quid a pop. So, yeah, nah. I would rather have one of those big Knights as a multi-kit part with the other sets, because it's 3 variants of the same Knight. With this guy, there's 3 variants. You got him, Castigator, and another one. Excuse me, just had a drink there. So I think this is what the GW is going to do now. I think they're going to bring this guy out first, then Castigator and the others, and make them as multi-part kits. But that's down the road. And speaking of down the road, we also found out that we're going to get now plastic Horus Heresy Jump Troopers. This is one that everyone has been demanding for months. Even I myself, because you see, I'm going to do a Legion eventually, but I wanted some like plastic Jump Troopers. I didn't like the resin ones. I wanted plastic, and now we're getting them. So we're finally getting them, so they're coming. Chainsaw, check. Jump pack, check. Beaker helmets, check. So basically, we're getting the whole caboodle. But that's not all. Now, I want you to take a look at this image here. This is the new tank that's coming, the new siege tank. But do you notice something in the background? A Dorito Dreadnought. Why is that important, you may ask? Well, Dorito Dreadnought can only be acquired through Forge World. However, I believe he is coming to plastic very soon. Why do I say that? We have this. The roadmap for 2023 to 24. So basically in the spring, we've got the Vindicator Siege Tank, which you're seeing right there. And we're also getting two characters, Sons of Horus and a Imperial Fist Commanders, which they were revealed, but that's over here, that's specific. In the summer, we're getting the Nightlands, and new characters and new upgrades, so we're getting some new stuff. Now, this is what I was referring to. Now, this is the big thing. Autumn is going to be massive for Horus Heresy. Why? Well, first off, more Lords of War. Big tanks. So, what big toys are leaving Forge World to come over? So we won't know that until probably midsummer when we'll get an announcement of what that's going to entail. Then we have a Primarch. Now, as you can see here, it's telling you here plastic and resin. Now, these are in resin, the new characters, the Primarch, the upgrade and the upgrade. So these are characters, which is what I think they're going to do with Horus Heresy. They're going to put them in resin. Like the characters. So they can stand out. The Primarch in resin. Now, this is where the question mark about the Primarch. Which one of them are they going to do? It is obvious now we're going into the Ascended stage, which Horus has already ascended, so we've got him. So who could it be? Now, we've already got the models for Angron, Magnus, and Mortarion. However, that's 40k. So what I'm thinking what they're going to do with the resin of a Primarch is probably Sanesh Fulgrim. They might do him or another version of Angron. Because I've got a feeling, guys, that the Primarch version 30k will be smaller than the 40k counterpart. And they would also... They could use the excuse saying, well, at 30k, they weren't as big stonking demons as, as they are now, because they've absorbed so much warp energy. So that's what I think will happen here. But this is the big release as well. These two. Starting off here, Armor Mark Update. So basically, one of the armors is probably going to get made plastic. I don't know if it's going to be Mark 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I don't know. We'll have to wait. But these are the two big ones. Dreadnought. Ding, ding, ding. This guy. The Dorito Dreadnought. Come on. You don't put him in the back of a poster without some hint that he's going to get something done to him. So, yeah. So we kind of can figure out his best Dreadnought. Yeah, pretty much, you're telling us that he's next. Same with the guys in the back. I think that armor is probably telling us about the armor upgrade. But this is the big one. The Lords of War. Which one? Now, there is one Lord of War everyone is hoping they will make plastic. There is one. Whether or not that happens remains to be seen. If you wonder what Lord of War I'm talking about the Thunderhawk gunship. Everyone has been begging for that one to go plastic. They've been begging for it. Now, whether or not that will happen, we don't know. We don't know. Or I can go down the rabbit hole a little bit and put the tinfoil hat on. Well, we might see a Titan. Remember, guys, Titans are resin at the moment. And I will not be surprised if we do see a plastic Titan. And if so, which one? That's a question we need to ask. Which Titan? If we're going to go down the rabbit hole, let's go down the rabbit hole for Lords of War. It's obviously not going to be a Primarch, because Primarchs, yes, are Lords of War, but they're going in the resin section. But the Lord of Wars could be either the Knights, big tanks, a flyer, like a giant flyer, or a Titan. The fact that they said more Lords of War means that it could be more than one. So here's the question. And this is the question we all must ask. What is it? Is it another Knight? I doubt it. They've already released one. Announced one. And they already announced the Assault Squad later. So why have they kept this secret? Well, I think they're preparing for another big Warhammer Heresy event. Because I remember in the autumn there's a big Horus Heresy event happens at Warhammer World once a year. I think that's where we're going to see that. And here's a question for all of you. Which Lord of War is it? Is it a tank like the Mastodon? Is it another knight like the Castigator or the Apophon Knight? Or is it a flyer like the Thunderhawk? Or a Titan like the Warhound? Because I'll tell you right now, and I will tell you now to the hilt, if a Titan model becomes plastic, I will guarantee you it will sell. Why? Because a lot of people have wanted Titans for years, but they could never get them because of the resin and the cost. But if a plastic Titan comes in at a decent price, they'll sell. I guarantee you they will sell. Yes, they'll be hard to move around, they'll be hard to storage, but if you can get a plastic Titan, all for it. But we don't know yet, so we'll have to wait a little longer for that one. Next, in the winter, we've got Assault Squad, which we've seen, which we know they're coming. Mystery Army release. It's no mystery, guys. It's the demons. Because in the video up there, which there was a video, if you go check out the Warhammer community page, there was a page showing the chaos of surging. That's when the demons were showing up. So that's gotta be the demons. Has to be. So yeah. And finally we got the Legion Command Squad and melee weapons. So yeah, that's their roadmap. And I'm gonna admit that it's not a bad roadmap because at least they're telling you what's resin and what's plastic. But the summer and autumn and the winter, there gotta be some serious big things. I mean, the summer, yes, we got the Night Lancer. That's the big thing. But the autumn is going to be the big one. Just in time for Christmas. A Lord of War, a new Dreadnought, better armor upgrade, and a Primarch. There's going to be a lot of things to do. But what do you think? What will be the autumn releases? Which Primarch is going to get ascended? The Dreadnoughts, which is pretty much, it's going to be pretty much what it is. But which Lord of War? Which Lord of War do you think is going to be the big reveal? Is it a tank like the Mastodon? Is it going to be a new knight? Is it going to be a flyer like the Thunderhawk? Or is it a Titan? What do you think? Anyhow, that's it for this video. I hope this is informative to you all. But anyhow, if you like the videos, you know the drill. Please like, share, and subscribe. Ring the dinner bell. And I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.